I'm making a change today. The liquor been taking the pain away. I heard you was giving your chain away. That's kinda like giving your fame away. What's wrong with you? I sit in a box where the owners do.
Yo, what's up, broskiis? Keanu coming at you with a little replay. I don't do these that often, but I'm really looking to get into them. Not a live match yet. Hopefully, that will be coming in the next few days, weeks at the time of recording this. I don't know. I currently have this whole deck in paper. Chimera, obviously, you can sell by the cornfield. Have this whole deck in paper, but currently working on maxing out the rarity. Don't want to bring a paper profile unless it's pretty. But like I'm saying, Dark Magician versus Chimera. Don't have the deck list up on the screen. I want to show you the replays first. Hopefully this will help you learn kind of how to play through the deck. I didn't just want to spit out like a profile like everybody else, like, because I knew there was going to be a lot of hype in that, it's retrain of iconic cards. Every major person has thrown out some list, so I just want to make sure I've played it thoroughly, in paper, practice, online, stuff like that before I give you a list. But you will see the advantages this deck can build over time within this list, even against Dark Magician. Obviously not a tier 1, tier 0 meta threat or anything like that, but it can put up some pretty decent boards. Obviously being a dark deck, super probably, but I've talked enough. I'm going to go ahead and get to it. Like the video if you like these type of videos. Comment down below if you want to see more, where I misplayed, stuff like that. It always helps. Feedback really helps me out. And subscribe to the channel because it helps us a ton. And share the video. Share. Especially to your friends that are trying to learn how to play this deck. Why not, But let's go ahead and get to it. I went second twice. This deck can easily OTK through anything. Oh, here we go. Sorry about it. Draw phase, standby. So, opening hand, Tobias, Ash. I didn't know how gassed this hand was, in all honesty. But it actually was pretty good. I didn't know where to imperm. I didn't think the normal sum was worth it. I probably could have, and stopped it right there. That probably would have now that I'm looking at the hand, I think that would have choked it out completely. But I think with Tobias, he could have still ended on a Dragoon or something like that. I really don't know. But Soul Servant is crazy. I've read this card 3 times. I never I guess I pulled it. But you change it to circle, it lets you stack, and then it lets you draw place one card on the top, and then you can draw many cards up to the Dark Magician Palladium, stuff like that. Fills all sets, and then obviously circle is a targeted pop. Eternal Soul specials, when Dark Magician specials, that's when Circle will trigger, separate chain. This is where I impermed, which I didn't know how game 2, how much that helped. But, like I said, looking back, I think I could have stopped all this with an imperm, and I could have OTK'd him. So ending on a dark, I'm not going to destroy a dark. I'm going to get rid of that shit, by banishing, or something like that. So go Frightfurt. He held on to Ash forever. Don't really know what he was waiting on. But I don't think it would have stopped much. So pitch Cornfield, because I'm just trying to bait. I'm trying to bait anything. So I went Frightfurt, Cornfield, Swordsman effect. Don't know why he didn't. My turn probably would have ended if he had just ashed it. But instead he changed Souls so he could get the Dark Magician and the Circle effect. So Burn him at 1, Circle 2, Super Poly 3. So right here, I dodged the targeting because I read it was targeting, dodged it, got out starting Venom, got to add Chimera and Fusion. So effect, I'm going to gain the attack, Chainlink 1 Venom, Chainlink 2 something, Chainlink 3, no, Chainlink 2 Edge Jump. So Edge Jump, add a Frightfurt. I got a normal, I brought back the Swordsman. He veiled the Starving Venom, which was kind of interesting. I don't really know exactly why he did that. And then I Chimera Fusion for Guardian Chimera. I think I just really wanted to get draws because I kind of had set up. And this is where he hit me with Ash, which kind of he ashed the So I popped, into the field 47. And he comes out 4700 life. So I feel pretty good. 4 cards in hand, Chimera on the field. My set is Book of Eclipse. So worst comes worst, I'll just flip everything. Um, but I didn't know how gas that like card was off the top. Um, but it ended up he went for the normal summon, and I think the normal summon had to he had to get so lucky off the circle. I didn't know so he went activate circle. So basically, you just had to get lucky and reveal 3 and get one. So didn't happen for him in phase. So I think I super started misplaying right here. Um, or maybe not. Maybe think about game 2. So I go swordsman. Swordsman effect. Let's bring out Berfomet. Berfomet, add 2. Um, yep. And then right here, I think I went poly. Poly into that. Um, all my chain links. Pop both of those. Bring back out swordsman. Um, add back Nightmare Magician. He's good. He's good, but there's never it takes so long for the setup to um to actually go into it. It's not super beneficial to go into him super early. Um, the card was crazy. I played a mirror match in the last locals, and it was crazy then. Because I was able to clear the board. But outside of that, it's more of a follow up. You really want to get him special summon out. Um, Whatever. So easy. I think that was a super easy game 1. Uh, Game 2 coming up. So this is what was interesting. So opening hand, Illusion of Chaos, Souls, Magical Eyes Fusion, super good card, Princess Illusion, and Evenly. He knew he was going first. I honestly don't know why he had the Evenly in. And then my hand, I mean, this engine, it's everything I need. Because if Branded Fusion goes, I don't even care if Branded Fusion goes. Um, Obviously, Cornfield Effect, Swordsman, I'm cracking the whole board. I'm going through it all. And Super Poly, there's nothing he can put up that Super Poly does not solve. Like, you're an all dark deck, you know what I'm saying? Um, so I'm going to get into it. Obviously, he went first. Um, Added Timaeus. So now here's where I got to see what the Timaeus can do. Have no clue what this card does. So DM comes out, Timaeus comes down, and then Timaeus. So let me pause this joint right here. Let me go back. So Timaeus effect. Send one spellcaster monster or one spell trap that mentions Dark Magician from your hand or face up field to the graveyard. Special summon this card from your hand. During your main phase, you can special summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as material, including a spellcaster monster. You can only use each effective Timaeus once per turn. So, kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Yeah, so Magical Eyes Fusion comes down. Fusing to something else. So let me see real quick. So this card says, I have no clue what this card does. So once per turn, because I didn't have to read it, because I have Super Poly. Yeah, but once per turn, if a spell, trap card, or effect is activated except during the damage step, you can draw on a card. Then if it was a spell card, you can set it. And if it was a trap card, trap or quick play spell, you can activate it this turn. If this card is destroyed, you can special summon one both DM and DM girl from your hand deck or graveyard. It's actually a pretty cool card actually. Too bad, super probably, and then Druid's Arm for turn. It is what it is, you know. Drax Depelia comes down, the easy super poly, you know. Yeah, I guess I pitched edge jump. Getting to my Renbrum, pretty nice. Off the Gazelle, got my Swordsman, normal summon Swordsman. The only thing right here, I was like, man, am I really gonna play into Nib right now? I didn't care. I didn't care at all. Because if that's his last card in his hand, that's the last card in his hand. I don't care. I'm just so up. So Chimera Fusion, and then he conceded because the thing is, if it wasn't Nib and it was like a starter, first off, I was gonna have game on board. Like as you can see, let me check my grave. I actually forget. So I think I had Chimera Fusion. I forgot what I had Chimera Fusion, but I think Gazelle was gonna bring something back. So I would have brought back like Swordsman. I would have gotten the hand rip, and then I could have just fright for Patchwork, for Poly Edge Imp, and then I could have polyed this thing away, Chimera away, and Cornfield to get out, the big guy, and then that would have been like well over lethal. So I would have had game regardless, but he conceded right there. It is what it is. But shout out to him. It was probably not a fun match for him, but it was pretty fun for me. But yeah, guys, like I said in the beginning, like the video if you like this type of videos, comment down below. Um, what you would change, what if I misplayed, if any. I'm sure everybody's misplayed, so comment down below for that. It's helpful feedback. Also, subscribe to the channel. Trying to get to 1K, and oh yeah, comment down below for that deck list, and we'll see you next time, broskiis.